Hey everybody, Joel Norton here, and today I would like to do a book review for the book Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames. This is book 2 in a series, and I just finished her up by 2 weeks ago. I'm just now getting around to doing a review finally. Pop it up here, and I'll go through the explanations here. So the series is The Band. The first book is phenomenal, just kind of giving you guys a heads up, kind of what these are about. It kind of takes rock and roll and fantasy and smashes them into one in really clever ways. So for example, the group of heroes is the band, and then they do tours to like different venues in arenas to fight monsters and stuff. So it's kind of clever like that. The first one, which is Kings of the Wild, is probably up in my favorite books of all time. Probably I'd say top 10. It was so good. All the characters were just phenomenal. I was really excited to get into this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to read the synopsis here, and then after that I'm gonna kind of break stuff down in my opinions and thoughts, rating, and there's gonna be spoilers, guys. So just be forewarned, but I'll go through the synopsis first. After that, we'll get into that. Live fast, die young. Tam Hashford is tired of working at her local pub, slinging drinks for world-famous mercenaries and listening to bards sing adventure and glory in the world beyond her sleepy hometown. When the biggest mercenary band of all rolls into town, led by the infamous Bloody Rose, Tam jumps at the chance to sign on as their new bard. In its adventure she wants, and adventure she gets, as the crew embarks on a quest that will end in one of two ways: glory or death. It's time to take a walk on the wild side. Excuse me. So already just going from book 1, book 2, it's an entirely different group or band that it's following. And so I knew that going in, and but I still have really high hopes because, as you can see, it's rated pretty high here on Goodreads out of 14,000, all basically 300 ratings. So I had a pretty high hopes going into it. However, for me, there was some issues for me. It just wasn't, I don't really know how to put it. The first book was just, everything about it was awesome. The setting, the characters, just all the perfect jokes that were just set up nicely. And this one was filled with humor as well. But this one felt a little bit more like being on the road with a 80s hair band is what it reminded me of. Kind of, they're traveling, and there's quite a bit of sexual content, and they're kind of just traveling in between stuff in the beginning. Kind of started slow, and I don't know. For me, the only really two characters I really enjoyed were Tam Hashford and Bloody Rose, and there was like 3 other people in the group, if I'm recalling right. I might be wrong here, but I think there's like 3 other people in the group and in the band, and I just didn't really find a connection with them. I kept forgetting their just what they looked like, and I really struggled with picturing them. So for me, that was a little hard. Storyline wise, it started really slow, and I don't really have a problem with slow starting books, so that was fine. But as it kind of went on, the route the plot took, which, spoilers, guys, here they come. The plot kind of took there's a necromancer, and he's raising all the undead, and it just grows in this giant army that's going to destroy all of mankind and everything. And I'm not a huge fan of those kinds of plots, but I mean, to each their own. So it just didn't really work real well for me, and it's so hard because the first book, like I said, phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. It was kind of more of an old man. All these old men get back together to become a band again, and they're way too old to be doing what they're doing. And I loved that setup, and it was perfect. And this one I enjoyed. Like I said, I like Bloody Rose, and I like the main character, Tam Hashford. But other than that, it was really hard to just keep an interest for me. And I love Nicholas Eames' writing style, though. That really kept me interested throughout, and it actually led me to finish the book instead of just setting it down into a do not finish pile. in the end of the day, I think I'm going a 2.5 out of 5. I'm going to round it down to 2. It was okay. I believe is what the rating is there. Yep, it was okay. Definitely not the worst book I've ever read or anything like that. It's just very middle of the road for me. Like I said, I really had issues connecting with a lot of the characters. The plot really wasn't there for me. Big spoiler. Some of the original characters come back from the first book, and they're one or two of them are killed off, and I just felt like the way they were killed off were very almost dismissive. If that, I think that's what I'm looking for, dismissive. So I actually really enjoy when characters just get killed off, like Game of Thrones style. They're getting killed off. You know what you're getting into, or you don't, but you figure it out pretty quickly. It's a gritty. But this is more of a heroic fantasy style, in my opinion. So for me, I wanted a little more ceremony when they're killing off main characters. Yeah, so that one broke my heart a little bit, but I mean, I understand as an author myself that it happens. But so for this book too, I'm going 2.5 out of 5. Still, like I said, still definitely good, and as you can see, my opinion is in the minority. This is the 4.21 out of 14,300 ratings. But it just, that first book is so good. It was I knew it was gonna be kind of hard to stand up to, but I'm still gonna plan on reading book 3 when it comes out. I believe he's doing a book 3 to this. I could be wrong. Let's check here if it's on Goodreads. Yeah, Outlaw Empire looks like, set 14 years after Bloody Rose. See, I'll definitely be jumping over to that as well when that comes out. The book 2 is not gonna stop me from checking it out. Nicholas Eames is a hell of an author. Just for my personal taste, this one just didn't do it for me. Yeah, I think that's really all I have to add about this one. I did listen to it on audio as well, and I thought the narrator was really good. So there was that. Other than that, guys, like I said, 2.5 out of 5. For me, I don't think I'd recommend it. However, this first one, Kings of the Wild, it's probably one of the better books I've ever read. Just going to be honest, it is phenomenal. And I'm really excited to check out that still. So, well, guys, if you enjoyed the review, do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Joel Norden. And peace out, guys. Take it easy.